Okay. Hi everyone. Um, Welcome to the February newsletter from Languages Out There and from me, Jason. I'm just going to get the newsletter up on the screen so I can read it to you. You'll see there's a nice picture there that I took of grey skies over the Bay of Weymouth, which sort of signifies February to me. Anyway, here we go. Languages Out There, February 2010 newsletter number 1, because there might be another one. Hello to everyone out there. This is the middle of February cold and bored newsletter. The one where I tell you stuff that you couldn't give a rat's arse about, i.e. are not interested in. I really hope you have more interesting things to do than open this email and read it, let alone click on any of the links. So, that's what's in the newsletter here. Fall asleep watching this newsletter online. Sensible Swedes getting it right without any fuss or controversy. New online forum now open. Facebook project update. Feedback from EOT course in China. And of course at the end, old jokes home. So there's the bit about listen to me reading this newsletter. And I'll go into the bit on the Swedes. So you see how happy people are afterwards, quotation. Who better than the Swedes to bring a slightly positive shine to February? Yes, without fanfare, that's a trumpet salute, or even a gentle but firm, we know how we learned to speak English so well that we thought we would now apply it to immigrants to our country who need to learn Swedish. The Swedes are blazing a quiet yet virtually unnoticed trail, leading, that is, in the language teaching technique field. Difficult to say, so try and practice it when you can. Not the Byzantine machinations, i.e. out-of-date system of a Swedish language equivalent of the UK ESOL, English for speakers of other languages, syllabus for them. No, instead a nice cup of tea and a pleasant chat with a friendly native speaker of Swedish. So, kind of Swedish out there. Usually they do it for a year, and when we need new people, we always find enough. She's talking about volunteers. She explains as we make our way to a language cafe in the southern district of Mulvangen. I think I probably got the pronunciation wrong, where immigrants can practice their Swedish with native speakers. And I've said this information is buried, i.e. hidden in the article, but don't be put off by the headline or the name of the UK Tory Conservative Party leader. Read and scroll down, and there's the link. Have a look, because it's interesting that they're using volunteers, Swedish-speaking volunteers, to help immigrants improve their Swedish speaking and listening skills for free. Maybe they could do with some Swedish out there lesson plans, just to focus it a bit. Okay, next thing. A funny thing happened on the way to the forum. Well, that's so wrong, because it didn't for us. We just pressed, well, I did, a few buttons in the moments after we'd torn our longing gaze away from the blanketing grey skies, which are clouding over again. And the result is that you can now post your thoughts, tips and tribulations, i.e. problems, on the LOT website. So we now have forums that it would be lovely if you used, so that we can start a dialogue on the site. Now we've got some various things going on. Post, all kinds of suggestions, anything you want. There's some headings there, but I think you can add more headings. I'm not an expert with the forum thing yet, but it's there. Use it. And there's members and there's general sort of anyone can have a go stuff. Facebook update. Our new crush, that's an adolescent love obsession. I know I'm hardly adolescent, but it is a bit of a crush on Facebook, has surprised us as much as anyone. It has, really. It all began when they got voice, and then some of our EOT friends set up a page here and a page there with our name on them. Do a search on Facebook for English Out There. You'll find a few pages, and they're kind of growing. If members of our site, that's you guys, want to spread the EOT word with a localized Facebook fan page, we'll set it up, brand it, and then lend support for free, and we can make you admins. Okay, if you are members of the site and you want to help spread the word about English out there. And there's a page, linked to a page that I set up for a bit of fun, English Out There Timbuktu on Facebook. And it says here, but it also seems that Facebook, FB as it is usually abbreviated, is going to challenge Google for global web supremacy, i.e. first place, and present something of a slightly different business model. This is quite interesting. You know, I've just started using Facebook, and I think it's an amazing sort of website because the interlinking and the virality, if there is such a word, is incredible. Your correspondent, that's me, can't help but agree, and didn't think he would ever be writing this. No, I didn't. I didn't see Facebook coming, and probably like lots of other people. I mean, it was big and people used it, but I didn't see the application of it and the growth that it's going through. Here's the tech head Guardian newspaper writer's take on the battle to come. So there's a link there to an article on the Guardian that's really interesting about Facebook's challenge to Google. And I think, you know, it's useful for us to be on Facebook and have pages on Facebook and people using it and integrating Facebook with our materials, because our materials are for social media and Facebook is the social media site, and it's now voice enabled, so there's kind of a mesh there. Anyway, last thing, feedback from China. Richard Wood, who I've been in touch with recently, who started a new school in China called Verge Cross Cultural Communication, has sent some feedback on how the use of EOT materials is going, and some useful ideas on how to market EOT inside China. And there's a link to the forum there where his feedback is. And finally, old jokes home. I went to a casino last night and was stood next to a guy playing blackjack who kept having win after win after win. I couldn't believe his luck, then saw he was stood on what looked like a bit of bread. I asked him, "Mate, what's that under your shoe?" He said, "Shh, I'm on a roll." And with that, I will say until next time, thanks for reading and watching the newsletter, and for being a friend of EOT and LOT, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.